Hey everybody, welcome to Falcon Plays Big Pharma. If you're wondering what Big Pharma's all about, very good question. It is a pharmaceutical tycoon type of game. I ask you, what do you do in every single pharmaceutical, or not a pharmaceutical, but what do you do in every single tycoon type of game? You want to make money, you want to be prosperous. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing here in Big Pharma. However, on the flip side, if we could kind of look at the medical field here for a second, it is a big business. People depend on medication to either alleviate symptoms, keep them healed, keep them running, etc., etc. In Big Pharma, you have a little bit of an ethical type of choice. You could actually make amazing medication that could, long time, keep people dependent on your medicine to alleviate their symptoms, and you could also at the same time heal them completely. If we're going to be honest here, you don't want to heal them. Because if you heal them, that means that's one less person dependent on your medication. There's going to be other companies in the game as well that are going to be actually pumping out some of the same medication you are. Some of them are going to either be doing it a little bit shady, which means they're going to be sending out medication really early on without processing it too much. Is going to have negative symptoms. Some of them will actually be trying to put them out with no symptoms whatsoever to try to undercut you and take your part of the market away. It's a game that really definitely plays on ethics quite a bit. It also takes a good look at the pharmaceutical market itself. But all that said and done, let's get into the game and actually show you what I'm over here talking about. So we're going to go into new game, and we're going to be doing the intermediate challenge. We're going to have two competitors. We're going to start off with 50,000. We're going to be doing Show Me the Money challenge, which is obviously reference to Jerry Maguire. I'm going to be Cuba Gooding Jr. right now. Show me the money, Jerry. I'm not sure that's how he sounds like. I don't think he sounds like an old Jewish man that I just kind of impersonated there. But either way, earn total revenue of $2.5 million within 12 years. This is our max goal, 12 years. We want to do this in under 12 years to get a better rank, but we are going to be aiming for 12 years for sure here. And we get to name our company now. I'm going to go with this guy, Leonard here. I kind of like his the cut of his jib. I'm going to call this the Dick Company, and the reason why I'm doing that is because, yes, number one, I am a little bit immature for sure, and number two, the game actually generates random names for your medicine along with your company title. So the Dick, I guess prefix really makes funny names down the line. So we want to have some fun with it for sure. So we'll go with Dick, and let's just go into the first field over here. Alrighty guys, so here we are. This is going to be basically our base of operations here. If we move around here, we can see these are all the things that are going to be available to us down the line once we start getting bigger and making more complicated recipe lines down the line. Right now, all we're going to have is this little plot of land right here to kind of make our first medicine. Our objective, you can see, is 2.5 million, and this right here will track it for you. If you complete this within 6 years, you'll get the rank of Master, 9 years as Expert, and 12 years as Standard. So we definitely want to aim for Master, but I'm not going to promise anything right now because I have a really aggressive playing style when it comes to this, which kind of sometimes bites me in the ass. So we'll kind of see more of it as we go along, but I'm going to try to pace myself with this game because the developer has mentioned that he wants this to be a game where you're not necessarily making all the money in the world. He kind of wants you to struggle a bit and slowly kind of build up into a bigger thing where you don't have necessarily an excess of money. You're always putting all of the money you're making back into recipes and trying to once again build yourself back up. So right now if we go over to the ingredients, we can see what we have available to us right now. We have the acidic violeticus gem, and we also have the biodegradable citric acid crystal. These ingredients right here are going to be turning into medicine for us. As we can see right now for the first one, this actually treats diabetes. The active for it to actually treat diabetes is 1 of 5. The actual concentration for it right now is 6, meaning we need to drop this 6 down to either a 5 so we get the active range. Now, mind you, the active range itself is going to be something you could kind of analyze down the line once you open up more research, meaning I could bring this down to a 5 right now and start selling it as a medication for diabetes. However, 5 might not be the ideal number. Maybe it's going to be 2, 3, 4, maybe even 1. We're not going to know that until we either do some research through one of the things that we open up down the line, or just through trial and error. It's a lot more cheaper if you do it with research, but you could do it with trial and error as well. However, as you can see, this also has a negative impact or a negative symptom. It actually induces nightmares. Now, if you look at this over here, we're looking at nightmares 12 to 20, meaning luckily for us, all we have to do is drop this down to a 5, get diabetes, and we won't actually trigger nightmares. So we'll have a medication that actually treats diabetes with no negative symptoms. So that's pretty good. However, the cost of each of these items is $40, so we gotta keep that in mind. On the other flip side here, we have remove warts. What kind of warts are we talking about here, Falcon? Well, we're probably talking about genital warts, foot warts, etc., I'm not gonna say much, but this right here, if we go to the cures, the warts are in the sexual health category, so we might be talking genital, we might be, but not necessarily. So we have that right there. That's going to be our ingredients right now. And again, this right here, as you can see, already has an active of causes headaches. So if we want to grab we're at a 10 concentration. If we want to get remove warts to start alleviating, if we want this ingredient to start alleviating remove warts, we have to hit it up to 11. We're at 10. But if we hit it at 11, we'll still be actually activating the negative symptom, which is headaches. So our medication will be actually giving people headaches, but it will be removing warts. So it's kind of up to you. Do you want to release it now? What you could do is actually ferment the ingredient more to still clear, remove warts, but also get causes headaches out of the way. In doing so, however, you are also going to be wasting more money, because it will cost us more money to actually send this ingredient through more processes to actually remove this negative symptom. So it's kind of up to you. It's a risk-reward type of decision here for sure. If we go to cures right now, we could kind of see what we have happening. As a matter of fact, we'll talk more about this as I set up my first line, so we have something going on in the background, some money. Over here in the research is going to actually, down the line, open up more machines for you to actually work with. We have the mixers, we have the shakers that I talked about. There's an atomizer right there, which I also talked about. The ionizer actually... What the ionizer does is actually decreases the concentration of a medicine by 3. You start off with the dissolver, which is only 1, and the evaporator, which is also 1. The evaporator does have a 1 as well, which is the agglomerator. That increases by 3. But this also requires some research and money that we have to pay the scientists in order to do that. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually hire a scientist. I'm going to have him work on the ionizer, because if we come over to your ingredients, we're paused right now, by the way. If we come over here to ingredients, check this out. My acidic gem, if we actually get the concentration up to between 10 or 12 and then hit it with an ionizer, we could actually upgrade this to cures hyperthyroidism. So essentially, some of the pre-existing materials will, if you run them through a certain type of machines, will actually upgrade to a different type of medication for another symptom. So this will be more complicated. This will be like a tier 2 type of thing, and we'll kind of build ourselves up to that for now. I don't want to kind of confuse you here, but hopefully you are still kind of hanging along here with it so far. But as soon as I start putting it down into the production field, it will make more sense. And then research, we already talked about that. The research we also have in ingredients, we could actually also hire explorers that will go out into the field and look for different type of plants, bugs, etc., which might have a will give us an ingredient down the line as well for a different type of disease. For instance, if I want to get the moon fern over here, this requires 1 explorer, so I'd have to hire an explorer, get him over here in the field. This right here, the initial report is saying it's going to be for skin medication, so the ingredient will be for something related to skin. So you got to keep that in mind. And there's going to be random events throughout the game which will tell you, hey, there's a big need of cough medicine, and there's a big need for wart medicine, female contraceptive, etc., etc. And all of that is going to actually be gauged by the time of the year as well. If we go over to cures, for instance, this will tell you right now, the tree diabetes, you can see it has a stable line throughout the entire year. If we go to remove warts, it's a little bit higher, right? But it's still a stable line. Something like, say, cough, for instance, or, colds, will have a little bit of a varying degree of their line, because not necessarily everybody is taking cough medicine or cold medicine, say, in the summer. They kind of peak at winter. So you kind of have to gauge your market as well as to see when is the best time to start producing this medicine, when you get the more reward for your buck here. So yeah, it's really in depth, believe me. I'm over here kind of glazing over it because I don't want to necessarily take up the entire video just talking about it, but I feel talking about this kind of glazing over it is kind of really important for you to figure it out. So our first line, we're going to be doing, I'm going to say if we go over to cures, we could find out what's going to be more better for our money. If we go for treats diabetes, we'll get 106 per, pill that we sell. However, this is going to be reduced by the amount that it costs you to actually process that medicine as well. The demand for it is 97 right now. We want to go with removes warts, I want to say, because it's 113 more money, and the demand for it is 107, which is higher than the 97 for diabetes. So for this one, we need to actually get, let's see, we go to ingredients here really quickly. Remove warts. We need to get this up to active 11. So if we actually hit this with only 1 item, it'll go up to 11. So let's go with that one. We're going to probably have the causes headaches symptom as well, because I don't want to process it too much, because right now early on it's a bad idea to actually throw too much money to the game. So right now we will be doing, so we'll do importing through this side instead. And we want to go with the evaporator right here. So we'll hit you up like right here. So this will be 10. Once it hits the evaporator, it'll turn into 11, meaning it'll trigger the warts, but it'll still also trigger the headaches, but that's okay. We don't necessarily want to spend too much money early on. Let's get my conveyor belt going over through here, and we want to get our pill makers. Now, the pill makers have a process time of 2, while this has a process time of 1, meaning this takes twice as long to actually go through the line as opposed to this, which is only 1. So in order to alleviate that, what you could do is actually set up 2 pill printers to cut down the time in half. And that's what exactly we're going to be doing here. So we'll do, let's see, I guess this will probably work. We could do bam, bam, and we'll do our belts to here, here, connect to that one, and through that one. We've set up a line. Let's put this in real time, and let's see how this kind of works out for us. So right now, we're in real time finally. Took us a little bit of time there, but I wanted to explain to you like some of the basics and whatnot, so hopefully you do understand there. Now, while this is happening, our company, or at least our competitors, are actually, doing their own research. We don't know what they're doing just yet, but it's safe to say that usually they'll try to be dicks, much like my company name, and actually try to undersell you and try to put a product out there to compete with yours as soon as possible. Now, when that happens, I will show you exactly what the consequences are. Right now, we got our first pill under control. Perfect. Let's open this up. New product. What is your product called? And this is the part that's actually generated by the game. This is our name. So we have the Dick Fungal Wart Punisher. I'm not sure about you, but if I was looking for medicine to cure my warts, I would be kind of iffy if this is actually going to cure it, as opposed to, probably make them stronger. Dick Fungal Wart Punisher. I love the names in this game so much. So, as you can see right here, we are going to be battling remove warts, but our medicine is also going to be causing headaches. And that's going to have a little bit of a negative consequence for us down the line. But we did this because, let's get the line going again. If we check this out, the processing cost is only $30. This would be a lot higher if I ran that medicine through a few more evaporators to get rid of the causes headache thing, so we wouldn't get as much money in our profit. Right now we're doing 68. However, if our medicine is also having negative side effects, it's going to cause issues and people are going to be buying less and less of it. But for now, since we just started and there's no other competitor in the market, we could definitely still sell this medicine with a side effect and not worry too much about it. But down the line, once the competitors start putting out their product as well, we might want to kind of come back here and refine our recipe a little bit. So hopefully this doesn't sound too confusing. It's really not right now. It's going to get really confusing down the line, though. That much I will tell you. So right now we're making a profit of day per $38, which isn't really that much, but any sort of profit that you're making in this game is a good thing because the game is going to actually chokehold you a bit in terms of how much money you're making. You're never going to be making too much money unless you actually pull off an amazing recipe early on, but that also takes up a lot of money initially. If we come over to ingredients, meanwhile, that's over here kind of going along. It's happening in real time, by the way, so we don't have to worry about not having any process here or progress. Our Explorer is over here. Oh, we didn't buy an Explorer. Yeah, we might as well buy this Explorer and throw it over here. I didn't want to do that because it costs $5,000 per Explorer, and you have to pay him $50 a day as well. So, again, you kind of have to mitigate. Is it worth having extra people around or not? Now, the Explorers, for instance, they finished this up over here, right? See, right now we're bleeding money because of the Explorer over here that we're paying off as well. Now, for the next one, we have the Tumble Woad, which requires 2 people. It means I have to spend $5,000 more to have an extra Explorer to come over here along with this person. If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to spend money on that, that's fine. You could have your Explorer just hang out in the base, and they will actually accumulate points over here. And what this does is that you could use these points to actually lower the cost of ingredients, which is going to be really important because what that means is that once the other competitors start putting out their product in the market, there's going to be a saturation or a big need of these ingredients. So the other companies, the ingredients companies, will actually start pumping up the price of the ingredients. So what you want to do is you want to actually get some upgrades to get some discounts, for instance. And the same thing actually applies to the research facility over here. If you have your guys over here idle, they'll actually generate some points, and then it'll actually cost you less to use the dissolver. For instance, we could drop this from $10 to $9, which doesn't seem like a lot, but once you start thinking about the big lines you can start making with a bunch of dissolvers, evaporators, pill printers, etc., it becomes a really big issue in terms of money, how much you're saving once you upgrade these down the line. We have an event here, though. Let's really check this out. Alright, so one of our competitors, I really hate this guy with his fucking bust head over here. It looks like a balding Kingpin, that's what I'm looking for. Daredevil's Kingpin over here. One of our competitors, Barclay Industries, has released a new product, Barclay Warty Growth Punisher. See, with Barclay, it doesn't really have that zang that my dick medicine has, which is oddly enough where that medicine usually kind of goes for, but that's besides the point. This new product is in direct competition with our product, Dick Fungal Wart Punisher. So, let's go over here to the company really quickly. I'm going to get this going in real time in the background meanwhile. Excalibur doesn't release anything, so they're either going to go with the same medicine. Oh, here we go. Yep, they're going for the same thing as well. They have the option to actually go somewhere else and make something else, but they want to compete right now. So this guy released the Excalibur Fungal Wart Stomper. Yeah, I still think my name is a lot better than yours, but as you can see here, though, we can start looking at some information. Our medicine has removed 33 warts and has cost 8 headaches. We have a C+ rating. You want to get this up as high as possible. I believe it's either A or S that you want to go for. Excalibur is at C right now because they just entered the market. They're also at C. So you can kind of see how your medication is doing opposed to theirs. But at the same time, even if you have a higher grading, sometimes they probably spend less money in terms of actually processing the medicine, meaning even though you have a better product, they're making more money because they're actually running their medicine or their ingredients through less lines. So you have to kind of consider that a little bit. And you can see your profit, which is 75. You cannot see their profit as well, so it's kind of a guesstimate on that point. So we have that happening right now. Let's go over here to the cures. And we might want to do right now is since we have somebody over here researching this, which is at 34%, and we have somebody working in the research department on the ionizer, which is going to be really important. With this one right here, we'll be able to make more money because the ionizer actually allows us to hit a few level 2 medications as well. So we'll probably try to hit that one up pretty soon. Right now, what I'm going to do is 36,000. We're not exactly looking at much graded money, but it's a trickery slope. You have to pay them back with interest, and early on, I actually would just encourage you to wait. Be patient with this game. Don't be like I do off camera. I'm really aggressive and I start owing money to everybody because I want to make a lot of lines. I don't have enough money. I start taking out all sorts of loans. Don't do it early on. Just be patient. The game has a feature, by the way, that lets it run in the background too. So if you want to just have the lines going on, put this in the background, you could definitely do that. So it's a really good feature as well. For our premise, for our LP, I don't want to run in the background because you guys want to see what I'm doing, right? So it wouldn't make that much sense. Now let's get another cure happening over here. If we go over to cures, let's see what we have available to us. We already have the removes warts. If we were to actually upgrade the removes warts along with an ionizer at 13 of 15, we could actually get the female contraceptive, which is a level 2 medicine. As you can see, it's 248, 94% demand. So it's kind of up there, not exactly amazing. I guess for now, what we can do, the only thing we have available right now would be the treats diabetes one, which is 106, 97 demand. Would be the only one in the market right now if we actually put this out. So I guess we'll probably go with that one for sure. Let's go to ingredients and let's see here. We have treats diabetes. Starts off at 6. We need to hit this at 5, right? Yeah. So 1 line is all it takes for the diabetes one. So that's actually pretty easy. We'll probably do this right here. So let's probably pump this out through this side. And all we need to do is hit it with a the dissolver, if I'm right. Decreases by 1. Perfect. So we'll do this. Check this out. We will do, I think that's a pretty good line right there. So we'll place this like so. We could probably get this going in real time meanwhile, because I don't think it's going to take me too long to figure this one out. So our medication's going through here. Once it hits over here, oh, we need a belt though, Falcon. There you go. Once it hits through here, you'll see it's going to activate. It's going to activate diabetes with no nightmares, which is pretty good. Now, we need to actually put some pill printers over here to kind of get those out in the market. So we'll do, nothing too crazy. I guess we'll do bam, bam right there. And again, we want 2 pill printers because the process time for those is 2, while this one's only 1. Connect those 2 bad boys through here and then right into the outlet itself, and there you go. We're going to be having our second medication coming in through the line pretty soon. And we're still, right now we're bleeding money. Get used to that. It's going to happen a lot. Before you make money, you're going to lose a lot of money first. So it's kind of like it's almost like a bipolar type of money situation in this game. You're going to make money, but a lot of the times you will be losing money before you actually make a breakthrough in a sense. So we have a new pill over here. This is going to be the Dick Diabeto Buddy. Good God, these names are so great. I like it. So we have 106, and there you have that one right here. So we're going to definitely be treating diabetes. Is it the max potential? We don't know. We won't know unless we do trial and error or we get the analyzer down the line. So as you can see, the max strength is still at the question mark because we don't know what the max strength is going to be. But right now we do know that this medication does treat diabetes to a degree, and it doesn't induce nightmares, which is pretty good. So we will name it the Dick Diabeto Buddy, and we'll see what our profit point is here. It's going to be 55 current profit. Our processing cost is only 30. Raw material cost is 41. And let's see how much money you're making over here. 75. So our fungal medicine is actually doing pretty good. It's probably going up, meaning it's actually a better medicine than the product that these guys have available over here. So we're still at C+, and they're at C. Oh, Barclay's at C+, so he's going to try to make a push for the market pretty soon for fungal, so we got to keep that in mind. But at least we're in the positive. We're at 50 right now, and that's going to be, I think, a perfect time to start this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys caught along. I try to kind of glaze over it somewhat. I could have gone more in depth, but I didn't want the whole video just to be like a tutorial in a sense. I wanted to give you the basics, but also get some process going on in the background so you can see what's happening here. Next episode onward will be less tutorialized. We're going to start just making some crazier situations here. But again, we're going to pace ourselves, because if we start going too fast and start making crazy lines, we're going to start bleeding money, and that's no good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, leave a like to support. It does mean a lot, especially for a new series. If you have any information on Big Pharma you want to kind of relate to me, please let me know in the comments. Any sort of comments, tips, etc. would be great, because I'm not exactly a master at this game. I understand it, but I could definitely have a lot of improvements down the line. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I will catch you next time.